Hey, happy Thursday! I'm Clover Thursday, and welcome back to my channel, or just welcome to my channel. We do speed paints, sometimes convention vlogs, all sorts of crap here. It's just very nerdy. That's my one warning too. But anyways, I am back. I have come back from the land of the rising sun. I went to Japan for 3 weeks, and to say it was an absolutely incredible experience would be a drastic understatement. Honestly, I've never gone on a trip like that far, especially alone by myself. Well, not alone, I went with my friends, but just like without family, and just, it was kind of I got to do what I wanted, and I got to see all these things I've heard about and read about, and just, it was absolutely phenomenal. And I'm slowly going through all the video and footage and vlogging stuff I did when I was over there, and I'll eventually get through it. So keep your eyes peeled for a little travel vlog video. And I also picked up some art supplies from this amazing department store chain over there called Tokyo Hands. My friend spent so much money on scrapbooking stuff too, so it was very fun, and I might do a little bit of a haul video and test out some markers I bought and things like that. But anyways, that's getting aside from the point. Today we're doing a speed paint, and this was actually something I drew up while I was in Japan. I did bring my sketchbook. I brought my pencil case, for the plane ride and Shinkansen rides. I didn't really expect I'd be kind of going through it so much, but it kind of became like another way of me, recording my time in Japan. And this particular drawing was done in Osaka, and I got like the pull-out couch area, and sometimes I just wake up kind of early and no one was around because everyone's in their room, and I just got to kind of quietly sit around and draw. So I drew Osaka Girl, and this is kind of vaguely inspired by we were there for about 3 days at that point. And I don't know, it was just very cool that I learned something about Osaka, that there is a actually fairly large black population there, which surprised me. But and I actually came across this really cool mural in the Osaka station, and just had all these kind of people of color drawn in anime, in cartoon style, and I thought that was awesome. I think the video is on my Twitter or something. I did do a lot of Instagram stories, but that's kind of ephemeral, so my Twitter is where it's at, and that link is always down below in the description if you're ever curious about following me. Anyways, for this one it was pretty straightforward because I did all of the inking and all of the drawing on paper, and it was really me. I couldn't wait to go home and flat it, but I really wanted to take my time and flat it, and I'm still trying to figure out the most effective and efficient way of flatting something. I'll use the lasso tool when I can. I find that that's kind of the quickest, and kind of freehand around it. Of course I have to go back and make corrections sometimes, but that's the quickest way I find than just using a brush or something. I also use the magic wand tool. I know it's not ideal because you sometimes get the halos, but sometimes for some areas like the small bracelets, I actually use the magic wand tool, but I also hit select and the select thing, and then there's a modify window, and then I actually expanded it a couple pixels so it goes over the line art. And this works for me because my line art is usually always kind of on the thicker side. I have no freaking idea how I'd go about it if I ever try doing kind of a lot thinner, more delicate line art. That is something that'll definitely be an interesting experiment. A lot more practicing and figuring out. But anyway, so I spent a good bit of time flatting colors and just going back in and trying to make this, as neat as possible. I think that's one thing I personally just want to get better at, is just be a little neater in those little areas. My work is fairly simple, but doesn't mean it has to be messy, So that's what I'm doing, going in there and fixing t-shirts and stuff, her t-shirt. And of course, she's got the Osaka crab. We went to Dotonbori town district in Osaka, and it is just like a carnival, almost, like, of just how much color, how much stuff is around. There was a lot of storefronts that had these big crabs on them, and some of them moved, and it was awesome. So of course I had to put that on the shirt. I also put a little ramen cup on her keychain because we went to the Instant Ramen Museum, a little Shiba because we went to a Shiba cafe in Dotonbori, and a little, like, I don't know, like a little Dance Dance Revolution triangle, because we did go to Round One, which is an arcade. It's all over Japan, and we're really bad at it, and you just were surrounded by people who were amazing, and that was still fun. Just lots of fun. You had to work some things in there, and as you can see, I'm adjusting colors because I'm still learning how to, you know, figure out colors and not resorting to my, like, purple palette as I usually do. So I did actually pop into Adobe Color and look at some summer palettes just to help anchor my color palette that I kind of had in mind. And I used some combination of some Kyle's brushes to do some shading on the skin and stuff, just because I just think the texture looks cool, and I like playing around with the effects, especially when it comes to the skin. But it was so much fun. Like, I had missed coloring. Like, I'd missed coloring. And honestly, even my tablet, which I have said time and time again, which I'd like to replace with something with a screen, it just felt good to work with again. I think it's just, again, I haven't touched it for like 3 or 4 weeks, so yeah. It was funny, when I was inking it back in Osaka, my friend came out to watch me when I was just sort of finishing up. She'd eventually woken up, and I don't know, I always get surprised at her enthusiasm of, like, you know, liking to watch me work and watch what I do, and it just got me thinking about just how much I appreciate you guys, like all 26 or 27 of you, I'm not even sure at this point. And I'm just glad that, you know, even you guys share that sense of enthusiasm, you know. I just want to take this time to thank you for the support you guys have given me, you know, whether it's just even leaving a comment or giving it a like, my videos a like, or even just being curious and clicking on my thumbnail and hanging out with me for, you know, the 5 to 15 minutes my videos kind of range from. And I don't know, I just really appreciate it, and I'm gonna keep trying to kind of get you guys more content that you guys enjoy watching and that I really enjoy making. So let's keep this thing going. I mean, I'd still love to stream one day, but my life is still kind of too freaking all over the place for that. But yeah, like, I really appreciate y'all's support, and I just wanted to take that minute to say that. And for the Inu, like, I was thinking, oh, they're keychains, so I kind of wanted to give them a plasticky feel, so I do go back when I jump on the Shan layer to do that. Pretty much how I organized this drawing was I had a base layer, which was just the entire silhouette flatted in, and then I flatted in the separate elements, so her skin, her shorts, her shirt, the charms, and then just clip them onto that base layer, so I didn't have to worry about going outside of the contour, like the very outside perimeter of her at the very least. Still had to be careful in some areas, like, you know, where her neck skin meets her shirt and whatnot, but that's a lot of an easier fix. Still trying to figure out the most effective, efficient, and quickest way to do flatting, but this wasn't so bad. Yeah, and now as you can see, I'm starting to add all the shinies. Yeah, and this was just a fun little piece to get back in the swing of things. I'm pretty happy with it. Like, even when I finished drawing it and inking it, I was quite happy with it. I'm just trying to work in some more color here, and I started playing with blending modes. And I do apologize, I didn't record when I just started going buck and playing with blending modes, but I really didn't do too much to achieve like another effect. I literally, I think I went and added a texture of a paper, like a paper texture that I have and I scanned in from my own paper collection, and then applied that, added a layer mask just to mask it off in certain areas our texture was a bit too much. And then over top of all of that, I literally put like a color on top. Like I put like kind of a yellowy orangey tone over top, and I think I just used the screen blending mode to kind of get a different effect and play around with it, and then I just slapped a title on it, and I'm getting like Japanese vaporwave graphic novel manga cover vibes from it, and I'm living for it, so very excited. But overall, I'm happy with how both kind of versions came out, and it was just really nice to be on vacation. I just feel very rejuvenated and ready to kind of take on the world and share that with you guys. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the videos that I had scheduled up while I was away. If you'd like to see what I was up to and my shenanigans when I was in Japan, and just to follow and stalk my just general arting, all my social media links are down below. Portfolio's down below. My shop is down below if you'd like to support me, or you could just support me by giving this video a like or leaving a comment down below. What's your ideal vacation destination? Or, you know, if you like more of my content, you can hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, and every Thursday you'll be greeted with my sultry voice. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next week. Take care. Bye!